Hello, hello, and hello. You are seeing me because Spirit said speak, so here I am speaking. Okay, I have a channel message. Now, you may be in a situation where you had to move from one place to another, you know, and maybe it was abruptly, maybe you were prepared for this, maybe you knew what was happening, and you just had to get your mindset together and adapt to the situation um, to where you're moving. And this could have been with a family member, or you could have moved back with your parents, something to that nature, or just a close friend, or something like that. But however, you move to this place now. You are adapting to these things. Now you are, maybe some sort of awakening has happened while you have been taking advantage of your living a situation. You are adapting to the situation. You are taking advantage as far as financially taking advantage of the situation, preparing for a move, or just to pay all of your bills off or pay somebody off, and then move on with your life. It's some type of cycle that you keep repeating, and now you see the cycle that you're repeating, and now you are making the changes that need to be you are making the changes that need to be done and set to be able to move on from this cycle and stay gone from this cycle, okay? And this cycle is very, very important. You may not understand why, but your intuition knows that this cycle is very important. All right. So you are finally completing this cycle. You saw the mistakes that you made during, and this you may have come back a number of times, two, okay, to this cycle. You may have repeated this cycle several times before you really caught on, and I mean more than several times, multiple times, okay. So now you are picking the needle out the haystack, all right? Meaning that you have pinpointed the friend that really wasn't a friend, but they just didn't want you to do better than them. So now that you have this friend that you have, this frenemy that you pointed out in the friend group, now you're looking back on old past relationships with friends and seeing that everything was for a reason. God wanted you to see something within this friend, and that's why they had to rid of the old friends, because you had to see who it really was that was attacking you spiritually. To be honest, this friend was attacking you spiritually. So now you're being more responsible. You're spending more time with the people that mean something to you. You're spending time with, you could have God kids, you could be spending more time with your children, you could be spending more time with your parents, with your family members, or just something of the sort. All right. This is based on a true story. Okay. So take what resonates and leave the rest. And you're also having to realize that you are the problem. You are the problem. It's nobody else but you. So if you feel like you are the problem, solve it. Have a solution to what's going on. Figure out a solution. Make a solution. Pray for a solution. Now, you could have recently got a speeding ticket, or you could have had some failure to maintain lanes or failure to yield or something like that. But you um you're in the fault. All right, you could have got into an accident and it was your fault. Okay, nobody else's but you. Okay, your fucking fault. So stop blaming everybody else. Cut it out. Okay, take accountability in the things that you do and things that you are doing. All right, now you're starting to realize. All right, could be going through a serious breakup. You know, you could just been in a long time relationship with somebody, and now it's the time for you are seeing this person for who they truly are, and it's time to break it off. Either you're getting a divorce or it's just a really bad, nasty breakup. All right, where you have to maybe go to civil court. Um, you might have to go to civil court or something like that, or just splitting something down the middle. You taking this or you taking that, or I'm taking what I bought, or whatever, something of the sort. But and you could be having problems like with your grandkids or your teen children not being obedient, not listening, just in that rebellion stage or in that questioning you stage or something like that. But however, you are getting more understanding on these relationships that are sprouting in your life, and you know what you deserve. All right, you deserve so much more. You don't deserve anybody to belittle you. You don't deserve somebody to be, just being jealous of you for no reason. Little old you. And you probably don't even have that much, and this person probably got more than you. And they jealous of you because you are so resilient. You can take on anything and make it look so freaking good, like nothing is happening in the background when it's fucking chaos around this motherfucker, but nobody can see it. You that type. You don't know what you don't know. And you're not accepting just any old love affair. You're not accepting, you can see the red flags now. You know what they look like. You know how to go about, pointing them out and doing what you need to do by cutting it off. Yeah, you can see them from a mile away. All right? You've been changing the way of your thinking finally. You going to be traveling more, going out more, exploring more, but still having the means to live and still take care of your bills and also be responsible. That's what you have been asking for. That's what you wanted. And here it is. I might do, I'm going to pull some cards on a situation because this is a lot going on. You just have a lot going on. From your living situation to your personal life to your work to your relationships. It's been a journey. Okay? So please take what resonates and leave the rest, and I hope this helps. Things are changing for the better, but don't let things get worse before you want them to get better. Okay? Don't let that go over your heads.